Stop crying.
Viva's the mama bear.
The Voice, new tomorrow on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
We have a woman and baby to save.
You're going to the reservation.
She doesn't have much time.
You can't just leave me here, ignoring me.
You okay?
Found Tuesday on NBC and streaming.
When someone's injured at a place of business or in a public space, that shouldn't happen. Slip and falls, falling objects, a drowning, crimes like assault, rape, and even murder. We've handled them all, and we have a team of lawyers that handle only these cases. But here's the thing, don't wait. Evidence and witnesses disappear. Time matters, size matters. Let America's largest injury firm go to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Good evening, South Central Kentucky. Weather anchor Noah Moore here. Now, today was a very beautiful start to the work week with temperatures well into the mid-60s out there. Now, as we go throughout the rest of the work week, we are expected to have a lot more activity moving to the area. But right now, we are seeing really live radar with a good clean sweep all across the region and across the viewing area. Very nice, cool, and dry evening tonight. However, as we go towards the later of the work week, all that will begin to change as we are going to see another weather system moving through our area, bringing us some showers. But we'll have all that and more because News 40 at 10 starts right now.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 10. I'm Morgan Hoover. Our top story tonight, a burn ban is now in effect for Barron County. Judge Executive Jamie Bewley Byrd signed the order just before 5 o'clock today. The executive order cites the multiple recent wildfires in and around Barron County and the current fire hazard season as a reason for the ban. The ordinance bans all outside burning effective immediately until further notice. Well, our community's crash responders, they put their lives on the line every day. This week, we are pausing to celebrate them and to learn more about how to keep them safe. This week is National Crash Responder Safety Week. Crash responders are those who clean up the roadways after a wreck or help with removing vehicles. As traffic ramps up during the holiday season, we are sure to see more responders on the roadways. It's a dangerous job that first responders need you to be aware of to keep them as safe as possible.
We've had fire trucks that have been hit. We've had rollback tow trucks that's been hit on the side of the road while trying to assist on a collision. So we've had first responders of all nature be struck by vehicles that either were traveling too fast, weren't paying attention to the road, or didn't get over like they were supposed to.
If you didn't know, Kentucky state law requires you to move over to the next lane if possible when first responders are out on the sides of the road. So as the year comes to an end, the Kentucky State Police ask that we all keep our eyes peeled for those working to clean up these accidents. Well, now over to Logan County. A community is being fed thanks to a few seniors ready and willing to serve seniors. News 40 reporter Carlisle Coppins tells us more.
Student leaders and ambassadors of Russellville High School and Logan County High School engage in a little friendly competition to give back during the holidays. With help from community partner Independence Bank in Russellville, the Sweet Grocery Competition is not only feeding senior citizens, but feeding the character of future leaders.
It's so very important because there's a lot of times you don't realize that there are people in the community, maybe older people, that don't have anybody to come by and check on them, that they don't have just basic things, just food, to eat.
These opportunities to display kindness also raises awareness for high school seniors about the amount of people in need.
I just really love serving the community, and serving food to the senior citizens is a way to give back, so I'm glad that I can be a part of this.
The joy on the faces of those who receive groceries is unmatched, and the desire to continue to serve is now instilled in the students.
It's almost rewarding for my peers and I because we're able to go out into the community and help the ones that are in need, because it kind of gives you a different point of view because we're able to go out and understand how others are living, and it's, like I said, it's rewarding for us to be able to go out and help them.
The success of this year's Sweet Grocery Competition has event leaders excited about next year and what they can continue to offer the local seniors in need.
As you see them get a little bit older and get to the point where then they're needing some help. I mean, and everybody needs help from time to time. To be able to help them, you know, now when they need a little bit of assistance, it's just a great feeling.
In Logan County, because local matters, Carlisle Coppins, WNKY News 40.
All right, Carlisle, continuing with feeding the community, Teresa's Restaurant plans to continue their tradition of giving a Thanksgiving meal to the community this year. And the local diner will offer a full free Thanksgiving meal to anyone who comes to their restaurant on November 24th, continuing a tradition from the original owners of the restaurant.
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because it's really neat to see that we all as a family come together as Teresa's Restaurant to provide for our locals that come in every day and our community, and for, you know, anybody that's not getting a Thanksgiving meal.
Volunteer slots are still available at Teresa's. Anyone who wants to help serve the community is welcome to apply at the restaurant. And with food prices still high, many people struggle during the holidays to put enough food on the table or to celebrate with their families. Some local hunters are working to fix that. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey has more.
Uncle and niece Josh Goodhue and Peyton Woodward are two links in a chain that voluntarily processes deer from hunters who donate it to a good cause.
They're always excited when they call. They're like, hey, I got a deer. Can I come drop them off? Absolutely.
Working with a number of different meat processors, the group led by Josh Goodhue gives all the meat to Farmstead Butcher's Block, who then gives it to families in need, mainly in Logan County.
Last year, we kind of started friends, family, you know, whoever knows somebody, you know, we would do it that way. And we were able to take in, total last year was 989 pounds. This year, we have already processed and donated in hand at Open Hearts 960. So we're just shy of last year's total.
Hunters from all over have donated their game to the group's network, including some new hunters.
So usually when they drop off, I ask their story. I said, what's the story on this deer? We actually had two kiddos. It was their first time hunting, and they wanted to donate their deer, and they were so proud to be able to donate their deer.
The group and Goodhue are happy to be able to help families in need.
It's a blessing to be able to help serve the surrounding counties here, and just really glad to be able to do it.
In Logan County, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
All right, Tucker. Well, two cultures are coming together to share lunch with the community. The CARE program in Bowling Green hosted a lunch featuring different foods from Africa and Afghanistan. This is part of their empowerment initiative for refugee and immigrant women in the community. This week featured African spaghetti, bread, an Afghan beef stew, and a spiced rice. However, for one African immigrant, it's not just about the food.
This is expressing our culture, expressing our values, how we like sharing everything, but also it means to empower women. Women needs to be empowered. You know, we have a lot of things that we do, we like doing when we are back in our countries, but we were not able to do it here. But by coming together and doing that, what we are doing right now, it empowers us.
The lunch takes place every Monday from 11:30 to 1:30 at Soki Marketplace. There will not be a lunch next Monday, however, due to the Thanksgiving holiday. Well, we all remember last Christmas, right, when the temperatures outside were literally numbing with readings of single digits and wind chills plunging the feels-like temperatures into negative double digits. Well, these unprecedented winter conditions really put a strain on power suppliers, Tennessee Valley Authority included, and this was ultimately felt by many people who get their electricity from the TVA subsidiaries. Since then, TVA has been winterizing their fleet, hoping to keep everything operating for at least 48 hours in this severe winter weather.
These systems send real-time temperature readings to control rooms to allow our technicians to see when things might be getting ready to happen, and then also upgrading insulation, building enclosures, like I said, around equipment that could be exposed to the elements. And this has all happened pretty much since spring and summer this year.
The TVA says they are also working on forming contracts with surrounding energy suppliers to get additional help in the event that something like this happens again. Thankfully, we're not too worried about that. This week, we've had some beautiful weather slated for this week, Noah.
Indeed, yes, but temperatures going to be well into the 60s throughout most of the work week. It's going to be a very nice week to get outside and at least enjoy some of the weather before we have any more changes. Now, right now, we are taking a look at live radar. Nothing too much to really talk about there. Mostly dry and cool tonight and into tomorrow morning as well. So when you wake up and walk out the door, make sure you have that little jacket or that light sweater because it will be kind of chilly. Now today we ended up seeing a high temperature of 69 degrees. Our normal temperature should be around 60. So we're definitely above average on our temperature for today. Our record high set back in 1909. We had a record high temperature of 80 degrees with our lows starting out this morning at 35 degrees. So overall, it was a very chilly morning and into a chilly afternoon as well. But highs today, we ended up seeing high temperatures well all across the area into the mid to upper 60s, making it feel nice and fall-like out there. Now we're going to toss it over to Patrick for sports.
All right, thanks, Noah. We have plenty coming up in sports tonight. Hear what WNKY football head coach Tyson Helton had to say about Saturday's homecoming loss to New Mexico State. We also break down what's ahead for the Tops, and WNKY women's hoops faced off against Big Red, and no, not the mascot you're thinking of, but that's all in sports. Morgan.
All right, Patrick, in health news now, your daily skincare routine, or lack of one, may be dimming your youthful glow. In tonight's Health Minute, we take a look at the top 3 anti-aging mistakes and how to avoid them in honor of National Healthy Skin Month. It's your body's largest organ, but we don't always take the best care of our skin.
They don't treat it with the same respect sometimes as they do their internal organs.
Skin not only protects your body, but keeping it healthy can also slow the aging process. The first and most important common skin mistake made is not protecting your body from the sun. Not only does exposure to UV rays cause damage that could lead to cancer, but it's also a cause of early aging. Wear and reapply a high-quality, mineral-based, broad-spectrum sunscreen, even when it's cold outside, says Dr. Nicholas Sinclair with Cleveland Clinic.
I think sometimes people get into a little bit of trouble when they're out in scenarios like skiing in the wintertime or doing yard work, things that they don't think about as a high sun exposure activity.
Sinclair says the next mistake is smoking. It too raises cancer risk, but can also cause premature wrinkles and facial aging by restricting blood flow, which can deprive skin of oxygen. A final mistake, not having a good skincare routine. Sinclair recommends a 3-part regimen with some sort of antioxidant like a vitamin C serum that should be applied in the morning. A gentle cleanser, one that cleans but isn't abrasive. And finally, a retinoic acid, which should be put on at night to increase collagen and cell turnover.
It does not need to be expensive. It does not need to be fancy. There are some great brands, and it really doesn't need to be a over-the-top regimen.
Dr. Sinclair says using moisturizer is also important, especially as the temperatures drop and the cold can really dry out your skin. If you're unsure of which brand to get or have other skin concerns, you can always ask a dermatologist for help. Well, stay with us. Still to come on News 40 at 10, how a looming government shutdown could affect your holiday travel plans. More on that in just a bit, but first, weather anchor Noah Moore is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
Person, place, or thing.
It's not Las Vegas, Atlantic City.
Play along with a chance to win from home on WNKY NBC 40.
I'm Ashley Wilson. Coming up tomorrow on News 40 Sunrise, find out how you can raise money for a great cause with an upcoming benefit concert. Plus, hear from one WKU coach on all that's to come for our local college sports in our upcoming Topper Tuesday. These stories on News 40 Sunrise.
Now with Spectrum, you can get your favorite shows, sports, and streaming content in one place. Introducing Xumo Streambox. Now it's easier than ever to search across live TV, on demand, and the most popular streaming apps to find exactly what you want to watch. It's streaming simplified. Get a free Xumo Streambox when you add Spectrum TV today.
All
All across America, it's Black Friday. But at your local Ford dealer, it's more like Bright Friday, thanks to big savings on vehicles that will brighten your holidays, like Ford F-150, Explorer, Expedition, and Bronco Sport. There's new inventory arriving daily, and now big bonus cash on top of current offers. Hurry, Ford's Bright Friday event ends November 30th. Brighten up your holidays in a new Bronco Sport with 2.9% for 60, plus $1,500 bonus cash during the Ford Bright Friday sales event.
Do you have bricks cracking, doors and windows sticking, or cracks in your drywall? USS is here to help. Changing weather conditions cause the soil around your home to shift and your foundation to settle, compromising your home's structural integrity. USS can stabilize and even lift your foundation with our customized piering solutions, all backed by a transferable lifetime warranty. Visit uss-ky.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
We're back with weather anchor Noah Moore on what has been a beautiful Monday, and really it hasn't turned into a bad evening.
No, not really. No, not at all. We ended up seeing temperatures gradually trending down well into the mid-40s, making it feel nice and seasonable for this time of year. As we are going to take a look outside right now at the live cameras, we are mainly seeing temperatures well into the mid-40s at 44 degrees. Winds are light and calm with humidity at 70%, and our dew point is at 35 degrees for this evening. Now, as we take a look at other places in and around the area, at I-65 southbound at Cave City, 52 degrees still out there. Now, as we take a look over at I-65 southbound at the Tennessee state line, 51 degrees. Really decent traveling conditions right now, mostly dry conditions and a little chilly as we go throughout the rest of the overnight. Now, temperatures right now in and around the region, Glasgow, 41 degrees, Munfordville, 52. Further up to the north in E-Town, 47. And further out to the west in Madisonville, they are still hanging on into the 50s at 52 degrees. Our dew point temps, that's when we are still seeing fairly dry conditions with our dew points, with them all being well into the mid to upper 30s for the rest of the night. Your wind speeds fairly light and calm. No real weather story on that for tonight. Now, the past 4 hours with your clouds and radar, most of us are starting to see a little bit more thicker clouds into our region. A little bit further down to the south, that's when you're really going to run into mostly cloudy skies. But overall, the bigger picture is that we do have that cold front moving out of the region, and now we are making room for more high pressure system that's going to move into the area, bringing us a lot more cooler air from the north down to the south. Live radar right now, a good clean sweep, nothing too much to really talk about there, and nice and dry overall. As we go throughout the next 40 hours, that high pressure system is going to remain off to the north all across the Ohio River, bringing us a lot cooler air, especially during the early morning hours and late nights. But as we go through the middle of the days, that's when we are going to continue to have warmer temperatures and winds mainly coming out of the south as they go through the rest of the period. But with that, we will continue to see an isolated rain shower by Thursday night and into Friday. Friday seems to be the best day for us to see a lot more coverage-wise of showers. But as we go into your future temps, by tomorrow morning at 5:30 in the morning, it will be fairly cold with temperatures into the mid-30s. And then as we get towards the afternoon hours, that's when temperatures are going to quickly rise well into the mid to upper 60s. And then once again, as we go towards the evening hours, temperatures are going to go right back down into the 40s. Now, here's your temperature trend for the next couple of days. Most of us are going to remain well into the mid to upper 60s, making it feel nice and very fall-like. Now, your coverage of your rain as we go right into Thursday, into Friday, that's when we are going to start seeing a good bump in our rain chances around 50%. Now, as we go by the hours, we will continue to go on a cooling trend for tonight with temperatures dipping down well into the mid to upper 30s. So, and if you are going out and about tonight, or if you have a really early morning shift tomorrow, make sure you wear that jacket, maybe even a coat as well. But tonight, temperatures dipping down well into the upper 30s at 38 degrees, partly cloudy skies and cooler temperatures for tonight. Now, as we go right into your 7-day forecast, most of us, like I said before, are going to be well into the mid-60s, but Thursday and Friday, that's when we are going to see another shot of showers and maybe even some heavier downpours, especially by Friday, with temperatures dipping down well into the low to mid-40s. And then as we go into the weekend, it's going to be sunny and 60s throughout Saturday and Sunday. We'll be right back.
Honda drivers, service your Honda with the experts. Your local Honda dealers use genuine Honda parts and certified Honda technicians to service all Hondas. Make sure your Honda stays 100% Honda. When you need service, go to Gary Force Honda today.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you have any trouble receiving Social Security benefits, call our office today for a free consultation.
Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart. WNKY News 40 Weather wants you to join our team. Become a weather watcher at WNKY.com. You can connect directly with our team. Plus, your photos and videos will be featured in our weathercasts.
Presented by JB Electric.
Kroger gives you so many ways to save, on top of our lower than low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Honda's got it going on for drivers everywhere. On the road, on the town, on for work or for play, night or day. On with safety, more miles per gallon, and the best resale value. Shop Gary Force Honda today.
We are just days away from the start of what the TSA is expecting to be a record Thanksgiving travel rush. But if there's a government shutdown, it could throw a major wrench into your plans. Tom Costello has more.
4 days till a potential collision between a government shutdown and the Thanksgiving travel crush. The TSA predicts a record 30 million through airport checkpoints over a 12-day stretch starting Friday. A shutdown would mean air traffic controllers and TSA officers would work without pay until the shutdown ends. In 2019, that was 35 days. The TSA chief today with a warning.
It's hard to put gas in your car. It's hard to pay for parking, hard to pay for childcare. So the longer a shutdown goes, the bigger the impact is on us.
The national shortage of some 2,500 air traffic controllers contributed to massive delays this past summer, especially at Newark, where United's own staffing meltdown lasted for days. Now the entire system is facing a stress test. Southwest says it's revamped its computer system after it crashed last Christmas, canceling 16,000 flights. And United's new boarding procedures are now in place for economy passengers, window seats first, then middle, then aisle customers. The goal, save 2 minutes on boarding to get out on time. United is rolling this out just in time for the winter travel season when storms can cause delays to snowball. The big picture, AAA forecasts 55 million Americans will travel 50 miles or more over 5 days, 49 million of us driving. The good news, gas prices now average $3.36 nationwide, down 41 cents from a year ago. Expect company the Wednesday before and Sunday after Thanksgiving will be the busiest. Tom Costello, NBC News, Chicago.
Well, the Supreme Court released a formal code of ethics today that will now govern the justices. The code of ethics is a first in the court's history. In a statement, the court says the rules are not new, but are now designed to gather the rules into one place. The code of ethics comes months after several reports that Justice Clarence Thomas had connections to wealthy, right-leaning donors and reports that several justices accepted trips and gifts from outside groups. Well, federal employees are closely watching what is happening on Capitol Hill this week. Congress needs to act or else all except essential workers will go home and all federal employees will go without a paycheck just before the holidays. Natalie Brand has more details from Capitol Hill.
Congress has until this Friday to pass a spending bill to keep the government open. With lawmakers running right up to the deadline once again, federal employees are worried about their paychecks right before the holidays.
The vast majority make under $60,000 a year.
They've got families to support. They've got kids to support.
House Speaker Mike Johnson has proposed a two-step stopgap measure to extend funding through January 19th for agencies including transportation, housing, agriculture, and energy. The other agencies, including Defense, Homeland Security, and State, would be funded through February 2nd.
There's nothing magical or mysterious about it. It would just be effectively two phases.
Already, the plan is facing pushback from some House GOP hardliners who are upset the proposal keeps funding at current levels and doesn't make cuts.
It continues to perpetuate the very system my constituents sent me here to oppose. They don't want me to continue spending money we don't have at $1.6 trillion spending level, at the Pelosi spending level.
Democrats have also criticized the plan, calling it a recipe for more shutdowns. And it does not include emergency aid for Israel, Ukraine, or the southern border, setting the stage for a separate fight.
Did you tell the laggard CR?
I'm not going to make a judgment what I'd veto, what I'd sign, but let's wait and see what they come up with.
The Speaker's plan could come up for a vote in the House as early as Tuesday.
Well, stay with us. News 40's Patrick Carey is in with a look at sports right after this.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher. Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable year-round with exclusive Energy Smart technology. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com. Because life is too precious to be put on hold.
WNKY News 40 Weather wants you to join our team. Become a weather watcher at WNKY.com. You can connect directly with our team. Plus, your photos and videos will be featured in our weathercasts.
Presented by JB Electric.
To those who served and those who sacrificed, thank you. Because without you, America the Beautiful would not be possible. And to show our gratitude at Ford, we're honoring veterans with a special offer. Since you're all in on America, we're all in on you.
Now, veterans and service members can get a Powertrain Care Extended Service Plan plus $1,000 bonus cash on select Ford vehicles.
WNKY News 40 wants to make your holidays extra special. We're sending 2 lucky winners to experience the magic of Christmas at Gaylord Opryland. This early Christmas gift includes a 2-night stay at Gaylord Opryland, admission to Ice featuring the Polar Express, and admission to tubing. Our winners will be announced on the Black Friday edition of News 40 Sunrise. Get ready to enjoy Christmas at Gaylord Opryland. Enter to win now at WNKY.com/contests.
It's time to tighten up, South Central Kentucky.
WNKY is your official home for the Tennessee Titans.
Watch our games plus the Coach Mike Vrabel Show and Titans All Access.
Only on WNKY News 40 because local matters.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
Welcome into sports. WKU women's basketball was at Diddle Arena for some Monday night action. The Tops hosted Cornell as they look to stay undefeated to tip off the new season. WKU was led by Acacia Hayes, who finished the night with 18 points, followed by Aaliyah Pitts, who tallied 10. The Tops finished with 8 different players scoring a point tonight as they took down Cornell 62-56. The Lady Toppers now move to 3-0 on the season for the first time since the 2014 season. Well, the WKU Lady Toppers are coming off a sweep over MTSU to close out the regular season. WKU finishes the regular season undefeated in CUSA play and will be the #1 seed in the 2023 tournament. Up first, the Tops will square off against 8th-seeded Jacksonville State, and then will face off against the winner of Liberty and UTEP in round 2. Here's what head coach Travis Hudson had to say about the strength of CUSA.
This league has never been healthier in the sport of volleyball and is only going to get better from here because there's really good coaching going on in this league. And so, you know, to stand up to that and not only beat every team in this league, but have to do it on back-to-back days. And you know, most of those top 6 teams that we're talking about, we played on the road. And so just a lot to be proud of and says a lot about the leadership of our team.
Well, it was another rough weekend. It's been a tough season for WKU football so far. After falling to New Mexico State, the Tops are now 5-5 on the year with a 38-29 loss to the Aggies on homecoming weekend. With that loss, WKU now falls out of the Conference USA Championship game. Here was head coach Tyson Helton's message heading into the final home game of the year.
Got a lot to play for. Still trying to get bowl eligible. Hopefully we can get that done. But a good football team we're about to play. They're on a 2-game winning streak. They've played a lot of tough games in conference where it went down basically to the last drive of the game. So we got to play our best football this week.
Well, it was also a rough weekend for the Kentucky Wildcats up in Lexington. The Cats hosted the Alabama Crimson Tide, found themselves down 21-0 quickly, and were unable to climb back into it. The Cats fall to 6-4 and 3-4 in SEC play with a 49-21 loss. Here's what head coach Mark Stoops had to say about the loss.
Well, for us, we got to put it behind us. We've lost to some good football teams. 3 of our 4 losses are top 10 teams or top 11 teams. 3 of them are top 11. All of them are in the top 20. Good football teams. We have to find a way. We had an opportunity in the teams that were just outside the top 10 or, to make plays, to win those games. I'm as frustrated as most people.
And finally, the Tennessee Titans were in action Sunday afternoon. The Titans visited sunny Florida for a matchup with NFC's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Will Levis and the Titans were unable to come out with the win, falling in back-to-back games with a final score of 20-6. Here's what Elijah Molden had to say about the defensive side of the ball for Tennessee.
I think we look at every week differently. And when we are clicking on both sides, at that point, once we are clicking on both sides, we got to go out there and force more turnovers and affect the ball, pass breakups, all that stuff.
And that's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
Feels good to be home. Ashley's Black Friday is going on now. Get up to 75% off holiday hot buys or get 0% interest for 60 months with no down payment. Only at Ashley.
Jeez. Hey, Trent. What's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm having problems with this ain't I'm coming back tomorrow.
I should have called JB. Trent. Jeez.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time.
Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
When we hear that sound, the competition is on.
12,400. Whoa, he's betting everything.
The stakes are high. The clock is ticking.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on WNKY, NBC 40.
Feels good to be home. Black Friday is going on now at Ashley. This week only. Get up to $1,000 off your purchase. Like this 2-piece leather power reclining living room set. Now $1,000 off. Plus, Friday through Monday, veterans save an extra 5%. Only at Ashley.
Welcome back. Well, it looks like we're going to have a pretty decent week across the board. I love to see the 60s.
Yes, and with most of the days being warm and dry, especially during the middle of the day, you can't really go wrong.
Look at that.
Look at the 7-day forecast.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sunny and 66 by Wednesday, with lows dipping down well into the mid to upper 30s. But as we get into Thursday, that's when we're still going to have temperatures in the mid 60s, but we can still have a few isolated showers rolling into the area, especially towards the afternoon, evening hours. Then as we get into Friday, that's when we could still have more showers as we go through most of the day, with temperatures still into the mid 60s. It looks like Friday just seems like a little kind of day in my opinion. But look at the weekend though. Sunny, 60 degrees. You can't really get much better than that, with temperatures rounding out well into the mid to upper 60s and into the 50s by Monday. So yeah, make sure you have your umbrellas by those days.
Nice, pleasant week. All right, Noah, thank you so much. Thank you at home. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.